What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to On the Warpath. It's your boy Sanchez 405. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because you know what we do here, fam. We talk about the Washington Commanders. And you know what? We forgot one more thing, too. We got to play the damn theme music. Where's the theme music at? Here we go. This all around. So I apologize for my background. I'll try to work on it as we go through tonight. But we've got a very special guest. We call him our Alec Baldwin because no, he's not out there killing. He is out there killing it, but for all the good reasons. Biggest host in Saturday Night Live history. We got a four-timer here. I bring on from NESN now, Travis Thomas. And he's always the Travis Thomas experience. We appreciate you, brother. Travis, how in the hell have you been, brother?
I've been good. I've been busy, man. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I came to this town and I knew it was a sports town, but now that I'm in it and it's every time I turn around, it's Red Sox or it's Celtics season or it's Patriots season or it's Bruins season or it's all the above season. It's a lot, brother. So I am I'm on the grind now. Listen, you can about eating when you were hungry to begin with. You dig? So I'm happy to be doing it, man, and happy to be back on with you, man.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you as always. And we talk about it, and we've kind of shared text throughout the months. Tell Joe Mazzulla that crazy dude from UVA Wise when he was at Fairmont State. Tell him that he's proud he could heckle them before those people in Boston and wherever did. So shout out to him. But man, I know you've been doing these house parties with Bill Belichick and everything, and just talk about where you've been at, what you've been doing. If for some folks who don't know where you've been at, if they don't, it's their fault. But doing all this stuff on NESN, lunch lines, and all that good stuff. Just talk about the work you've been doing, brother.
Well, man, I'm working 7 days a week, bro. I mean, I do 2 shows at NESN Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. called Lunchline, and then at 5:30 p.m. called The Ultimate Betting Show. So I host both of those shows on the TV side, and then on the weekends, I'm still in the radio game, still with Odyssey Sports. I'm on WEEI, random times on weekends. So follow me on social media at Travis Thomas Experience so you know when I'm on. And so I'm doing sports talk radio here in Boston too on the weekends, man. So the grind does not stop. The grit don't quit. You already know what it is, man.
Yeah, I know that's right, man. And we can watch you from afar. I know we've listened to you up there in Boston and everything. And just like your personality, bro, you fit like a glove up there. And it kind of makes it makes us jealous. We kind of talk when I talk to Paulie and some folks that we miss you, but we keep on carrying down the mantle. But we're glad to hear you on Odyssey again because we can get your voice just as quick now. And I know they made some updates to the Odyssey app because I saw it on with the CarPlay. But that's not what we got you here for. You have went up to to the New England area, and just surprisingly, bad football has followed you up there.
Yeah.
Talk about these New England Patriots, man. What is going on up there in Foxborough?
You know what's funny? So I'll go back to the sports talk radio thing because on TV, we do a show, and obviously I have 2 other co-hosts, and TV's just a different format, right? It's a 30-minute show. Both of our shows are 30-minute shows, so you got to get your takes in pretty quick. So I take my shots at the Patriots, but it's very fast. It's like quick, right? On radio, as you know, I don't have any co-hosts, and I do a 3 or 4 hour show depending on, whatever they need me for. And so I have more time to let my takes exhale. I feel like I'm waiting to exhale, right? So I have just gone off on the Patriots and Belichick, and I think that obviously since Tom Brady has left, it was clear. Remember, for years, not just here, everywhere, they looked at the Patriots, said, "Is it Brady? Is it Belichick? Is it?" It's clear who it was now, right? So, what I do now, I go on the radio and I say, "You got to move on from this guy. You know, he's lost his fastball. Brady's gone." I made the comparison. I think you'll like this because I'm a big theory guy. If you look at what Pete Carroll is doing in Seattle, right?
Right.
We're looking at the Seahawks. What is this? 3.0 when you think about it, because it was Legion of Boom. They won a Super Bowl. Should have had two, but that's another topic for another day. Then all those guys got priced out, kind of got ran out of town, taking shots at Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. Then it was let Russ cook, which they did not win a Super Bowl, but Russ did his thing. They were a playoff team. They were relevant. Now they're right back at it with Geno Smith, for God's sakes. But why? Because Pete Carroll's youthful, exuberant, energy, right? I bring him up because him and Bill Belichick are the same age. Yeah. Belichick is an old, if you feel me. Yeah. So I just think it's time to move on. So I've been saying that ad nauseum, right? And then it comes out, they signed Belichick to an extension this past offseason. So it's going to be the status quo of what you see now. I don't see, Corey, I don't see how this franchise, this particular team as it stands right now, how do you fix these woes? Mac Jones is not good. Right. You have no weapons. You can't protect him. It's a Belichick team, so the defense is solid. But how do you fix that stuff overnight? And oh, by the way, Belichick's a coach, the GM, the alpha, and the omega. Sounds familiar to what I just left down there with you, right?
Right, so it's true.
It's ridiculous. The difference is Rivera's ass is going to get fired. Right. Belichick is not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta look at it too. There were some rumors that say he's going through some relationship woes, and that the Patriots organization was watching that. I would say if that was the case, he's going through some relational woes. Get him another cold rock and let him roll under it, because we know Belichick ain't got no soul at this point. He sold it to the devil years ago. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, it just like. And I've always said this about Belichick is that he never really drafted anybody outside of Tom Brady and them. Yeah. Of anybody of notoriety, especially on the offensive side of the ball. You look at some of the receivers that he's drafted, they've been bust. Yeah. Now on defense side of the ball, it's different. Offense, he has not been able to hit on much of anything. I know you were a big Mugshot Mac fan coming out. I know you wish Washington had gotten him at the quarterback spot, but it looks like Belichick has lost faith in him. Reports are coming out that Mac Jones's camp feels that Belichick is sabotaging him.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue that, Corey, when you look at last season and he had Matt Patricia.
Right.
Matt Patricia, okay, as his offensive coordinator. I mean, if that doesn't say sabotage, what the hell does, right? So I don't know. I mean, look, and we talked about this back in the draft when you brought up Mac. We talked about Mac a bunch on my show there at Team 980.
Right.
We all knew what it was. He's not a guy that's going to come in and be Patrick Mahomes. He's a guy that has to have everything go right. He has to have a run game. He has to have a defense. And then you can win games with him.
Right.
The problem is, brother, and his rookie year, he had those things, okay? And he was pretty damn good. Now, I mean, he doesn't have any of that.
Right.
And we really kind of see him get exposed, but no one's shocked by that. Like he's not Beyonce, right? He's a backup vocalist, right? He's a complimentary piece. He is not the lead singer. And so he's put in a situation now where they're asking him to win these games, and they're losing these games.
Yeah. And their offense, you know, they lost their biggest weapon, right? Bourne, he tore his ACL, and they've got two running backs back there, Ramondre Stevenson, and one that we know, Ezekiel
Yeah.
Elliott. He's not
Yep.
eating anymore, under 4 yards a pop. I was just looking at some of these things that this offense has looked like, and I mean, we know that Bill O'Brien was there before, but kind of like you alluded to, it's still the same thing. The same straw is stirring the drink, but the X factor is gone. My wife's a math teacher. You solve for X. Brady was the X.
Yes. Yes, he was. He was the ultimate X at that. I'll say this. I mean, I've had former players, several of them, tell me that when an offense is bad, just run the ball. Because they said offensive lines love running the football.
Going forward.
If all you know what hits the fan, you can't manufacture anything offensively, you can't move the chains. Just give it to the running back and let the big uglies up front move people around, be physical, hit them in the mouth. They can't even do that. I mean, that's how bad this offensive, you know, you're a bad offensive line when you cannot even run the damn ball. That's a mentality. And you obviously need some talent, but really it's more mental than anything. You just get out there and play football and punch guys in the mouth. They can't even do that right. I mean,
Right.
This is an anemic offense at best. At best.
Let me ask you this. So we kind of move off of that off the Patriots, because I think you're giving them credit on the offense, how terrible they are.
Yeah.
Outside perspective, we've kind of focused to the team of the moment of here in Washington, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the last 24 hours. They trade Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
They trade Chase Young. They trade what else did they trade? Ron Rivera still hasn't came back to sanity, and he's still stealing money in the milk and cookies from the jar for this team. Outsider's perspective on this, what were your thoughts when you saw those trades come through yesterday?
The trades didn't surprise me. What surprises me the most is that Ron Rivera still has a job. I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw the news of Josh McDaniels and the GM getting fired from the Raiders, no one thought, oh man, what are the Raiders thinking? Of course, we all understood it. But you know, the first thing that came to my mind was Ron and them. I thought, how did Josh McDaniels and them get fired today? Cool.
Right.
But how does Ron and them
Talk to me
still have employment? If you are doing a fire sale and you're moving Montez and you're moving Chase, cool. You're telling me this is about the future. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Why not fire sale Ron's ass and them and roll with Eric Bieniemy and Sam Howell for a year? See what you got in both, right? Yeah. See what you got in both. Let Sam finish the season. We've seen some good, we've seen some bad. I mean, I think everyone expected that, right?
Right.
And then see what you got in Bieniemy as an interim head coach, and then make the decisions in the offseason. What are you waiting on? And when I say in them, be clear, all the coordinators except for Bieniemy. I want Jack gone. I want all of them gone, right? Move them out of there and then see what you got in the guys for the future. Sam could or may not be the quarterback of the future. Cool. Let's see what we got. Eric Bieniemy may or may not be your next head coach. I don't think he will at this point, but give him a shot.
Yeah.
What has Ron and them done to justify keeping them on the rest of the season? If we're thinking about the future, think about the future. Complete it. I mean, complete the cipher. You move these two defensive guys, cool. Get Ron and them out of there too. That's all I'm saying. I thought they should have moved more than just those pieces. I tell you that.
Yeah. So you mentioned this too. What are your thoughts on Sam Howell? And then the round mound of offense as well, and Eric Bieniemy, Brother Milk. What do you think about those two, and individually from that outsider's perspective? What have you seen out of them?
Eric Bieniemy at this point, I don't. It's a tough spot for me because I like bang the drum for years for
Mm-hmm.
this guy to be a head coach, and it's like when he took the job, it just felt like a money grab, and it felt like, man, bro, like for all that, I would have stayed in Kansas City and just I don't know, but I don't I don't feel like we can get a fair evaluation of him in one, not even a one season yet, right? I mean, we're
Right,
not even. I mean, like we need. I feel like we need more time. Certainly before I start bagging on him. Has the
right.
offense looked great? No. I want to see. I anticipated actually with the hiring of him more of a run game,
Yeah.
consistent run game, because I thought coming from the school of Andy Reid, in that West Coast offense, I thought, well, maybe as a former running back, Andy Reid sort of handcuffing him in the sense of like, no, we got Patrick Mahomes, we're going to do this, this, and this. Okay, cool. So I thought coming to Washington, for sure, Brian Robinson was going to eat and have a great season. I haven't seen that. So I've been disappointed in the run game. I want to give the enemy a little more time. I'd like to see him in an interim head coach
Mhm.
role, as I said, and see if that makes a difference. But Sam Howell is exactly what I thought he would be. I mean,
Right.
honestly, like Craig Hoffman had me on before the season started, and we were going through some season totals, and I gave him my total for Scary Terry. I gave him my total for Brian Robinson and some of these other players, and I remember we got to Sam Howell, and I said I'm just not even gonna. I'm not gonna get involved because, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
I am a college football
Yes,
junkie.
sir. I know.
And so I watched every Sam Howell snap at UNC, every
Mm-hmm.
single one, because he had a lot of hype around him. And I just thought, I mean, I'm just going to be honest here. I thought he had all the tools, and I thought he was a moron. I thought he made just horrendous decisions. In fact, Sam Howell threw some of the worst interceptions I've ever seen in my life
Mm-hmm.
with thine eyes while at UNC. I mean, thrown into triple coverage and just like mind-boggling, like what did you see type plays. And so when he came to Washington, I was like, yeah, like I could see this guy throwing for 300 yards in a game and a couple touchdowns and then giving it away in the end. Like
Right.
I just felt like he was going to be mistake prone. He's been better than I thought he would be, which is some credit to the coaching and the development of him. But and obviously the kid, has put in the work, but I still don't really trust him long term. But I am willing to continue. He's done enough to where I'll continue to give him chances. And I'll say this: he's been the least of the problems. Like I'm not putting this season so far on Sam Howell. Like there's other problems other than him, but he's still in like a prove it stage to me. But he's a young quarterback. That's natural. He's been everything I thought he would be.
Yeah, and that that's what I've kind of been like. Folks have asked me. I've been on different podcasts, opponents podcasts, and everything, and they asked me. They said, "Well, what have y'all found y'all's quarterback?" I have no idea. I have no idea. It's like asking those people that know where Jimmy Hoffa is. No, we
Right.
don't know because we're not
Right.
going to figure it out anytime soon. Because one, it's very up and down, and two, the man is getting harassed more than I mean, he's getting harassed more than if he's Taylor Swift at a Kansas City Chiefs game. So I'm like, why in the world can you give this guy? How can you give this cat a
Right.
clear evaluation when, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not even okay situation. The offensive line has been garbage
Right.
to be quite fun, to be quite literal on it. And I just, Eric Bieniemy, I think that he has a method. He came in here with a plan, and he
Hmm.
wants his plan to work. I can do it without Andy Reid. I can do it without, and the dean of 980, Kevin Sheehan, was talking about it, about the quarterback special, right? And they were like, well, he said, well, Matt Nagy really seems like he has more influence on the offense, and he's this yada, yada, yada. I was like, I get that, but I said that's a twofold thing right there. One, all the quarterbacks coaches were more involved than the offensive coordinators. If you look at Kirk Cousins, you look at with Mariota, they were more involved in those situations. And then two, when I look at that as well, every good organization has a villain, has an enforcer. It's Donald Brashear. It's old boy that we had on the Capitals. I can't think of the brother's name right now, but they had enforcers.
Tom Wilson.
Yeah. We've had these guys, and Eric Bieniemy was that enforcer. He's that head knocker in the room. And I think you can see that in Kansas City. Like, they're going to learn from this. That's what Andy Reid's problem was in Philadelphia. They were too soft.
That's a fair point. I'll say this, though, and you said the name, so it kind of crossed my mind. What's unfair a little bit to me in general is, okay, fine. Give Matt Nagy, a guy you brought up, give him the credit for being the offensive mind in the room, whatever. But here's the issue. We saw Matt Nagy as a head coach, and it was a bleeping disaster, okay?
Yeah.
We're dealing with this now with the Raiders, too. How many times has Josh McDaniels got continual chances to be a head coach and proven that he stinks as a head coach? So my issue on the Bieniemy topic is, okay, yeah, the offense isn't what we thought it would be, but it has not been a disaster either. So
besides the Giants game.
Okay, fair. Yeah. But again, I mean, some of this you got to give credit to the Giants, because the Bills didn't exactly look like world beaters against them either, right? So all I'm saying is, I'm willing to give Bieniemy more time, and I also think too, honestly, I want to see him in a leadership role.
Right.
I have seen this Ron Rivera movie too many times, and I hate it every time. So it's like, I'm over it. Let's see. And I'm not suggesting that, the offense has done so well that Bieniemy deserves to be the head coach. I'm not banging that drum right now. But you can't tell me he doesn't deserve a chance at an interim head coach. Yeah, and then if you go out and earn it, then that's different, right?
Yeah.
And then we have a different conversation. But I know this. I haven't seen him as a head coach. I want to see it. Lord knows. I've seen Josh McDaniels. I've seen Matt Nagy, and I have seen Ron Rivera, and I'm over it.
You better preach, Travis Thomas. I get the organ out here on you, minute. I did it to Paulie last time. No, you think I'm playing? I got a damn organ on here. You get on a spiel right here. I'll have it. I will have it for you.
If you play that organ, I'm telling you right now, I'm catching the ghost right here, now on your show.
Hey, look, we might have to do that. We're gonna clip it off. I'll send it to NESN for you, because I'm like, hey, this is how we do it up in the DMV. So no, but yeah, I get where you're coming from, and I understand too. Like, I want to see Bieniemy succeed. I thought he should have been an opportunity to have the head coaching job back in 2020, but you know what? I'm glad he didn't, because with the situation of the ownership and everything else, he was set up to fail just like everybody else. And I can't. I don't want that to happen for so many other reasons that are obvious to the point we don't even have to say it, but we know why. The brother needs to have a good chance to succeed, because like you said, you got Josh McDaniels has had coaching jobs, has had offensive coordinator jobs. Where, remember when he was with the Rams and they averaged 11 points per game?
Right.
Like, come on now.
I'll say this. I'm not going to absolve Bieniemy here either.
No,
because he took the damn job with the ownership issues. Okay, he signed the contract, and I get it. He got the bag. Congratulations. But you kind of knew what it was coming into this. making a lateral move, at least title-wise, in your career. Yeah, you got paid more, but the owner was the owner there. So, right? I mean, that guy was already there. So, to me, I look at this situation like he deserves a little bit of this too. But I will say this, bringing it back to the Patriots game, this is a great test here because I'm telling you, the Patriots are without their two best defenders in Matt Judon and Christian Gonzalez, but it's Belichick defense. They're still showing improvement every week. The defense is the least of the issues. It's a strength of this team. So let's see what a Bieniemy offense can do against a Bill Belichick defense with a young quarterback, and let's see how it goes. I mean, this is a good test this week.
In question of futility here, Emmanuel Forbes or Christian Gonzalez?
Christian Gonzalez. Although, look, I mean, we're talking about this with Bieniemy. I don't think they've done Forbes any kind of favors.
No.
I mean, set the kid up for success. They're treating this kid like he's Dion in his prime, putting him out there on an island against these top receivers. Like, what the hell are you doing? Nope. At least Gonzalez, they scheme him here in New England. When he was healthy, they schematically made sure he was set up for success, and then he balled out. So it was like, oh, okay, then let's do it. But they're just throwing Forbes out there on an island, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that. And, I likened it to this, right? It's for the first time, like, my father wasn't in my life, right? And I'm like, it's like me going up there trying to be the adult for him for the first time, God rest his soul. And then also, it's like if you get a victim multiple times, AJ Brown has abused this ball on national TV. Like, if it was any worse, you'd have to clear the browsers at work. And This is what they continually put him out there. You know what they did, Travis? It was like at the beginning of the year. AJ Brown came to Emmanuel Forbes and said, you know what? I'm coming. Rent is due the end of the month. I'm coming. And you know what? Ron was like, you know what? We're going to have to sit you down. Maybe you can figure out something where you can go and do it. And you know what? You know what these bastards did, Trav? They put him out. AJ Brown came and said, rent is due, MFer. And where have you been at? And guess what? He took the rent. He took the TV. Travis, he took the shower. He took the damn shower curtain, Travis. He took the Crocs.
He took everything.
He went to Capital One, and they didn't even cash the checks because they knew the Wizards were so damn bad. Where did I get that from? You only, inside joke there, y'all. But this is
slapping tables, Corey, dog. Slapping tables, Corey. Bro, you used to slap the hell out that table.
Look, I can't do it right now. Because if not, this whole thing is gonna break down. Hey, let's go through some comments real quick here.
Right.
I got you for like another 10 minutes. So let's go here. Ahmad says, "What's up?" He's checking. He misses you. Shout out to him when we did your going away party. He took me back to the Springfield Metro.
Oh wow! Shout outs to him. By the way, he was in town. I don't know. He would have to tell you how long ago. All these days blend together. It wasn't too long ago though. And he hit me. He was in town, and we could never link up like schedule wise. But you know how brothers are. He was like, "Man, I need a haircut. I'm looking tore down." I said, "I got you, brother." My barber. I told him what he meant to me. My barber brought him to the crib, dog. He gave him a haircut at the crib. You know that's love.
I forgot you got the Sherman Hemsley. I forgot all day.
I got to.
Hey,
look, I'm good up here, but this right here will grow if you're not careful, dog. So I got to make sure I keep that all clean.
Look, I said I saw Sammy P and Claudia. They had their Halloween costumes on. I thought you were gonna come up in there looking like George Jefferson. You was gonna move on up with them bets.
Never that. Hey, look, man, never that, dog. Hey, radio, I maybe could get away with that because you don't really see my face. TV, I got to keep it clean, bro.
Weezy.
Hey, look, I'm trying to move on up. Okay, so I got to keep it
clean. Shout out to him. Let's see. Okay, what's up? Dump Truck Don. He's still doing it in the 757. Josh McDaniels was trash at Denver, and I knew he was going to. Look, Travis, have you ever seen this? Did you know Aquaman couldn't swim? Dump Truck Don was Aquaman. He looked like the George Clinton version of Aquaman. And I said, this brother, we knew this Aquaman couldn't swim. And he couldn't swim, and he was frying the fish too. So Don looked good, though. He looked good as Aquaman. I ain't gonna lie. He had all looking down. He's like, we want the funk at the fish fry. Shout out to Dump Truck.
Nobody cleans up better. Nobody cleans up better than Dump Truck Don. When he came to meet me for the first time, he came to the studio, met me in Haney, and that brother was clean.
Yes, he was.
Said, man, Dump Truck Don, boy, you are clean, man.
And John Gray says, slapping tables, Corey, and the Travis Thomas experience on one stream. The internet's not ready. They never are. What's up, Marcus? And then John says, Bieniemy isn't doing himself any favors by neglecting to run at critical moments. 4th and 1 is not the appropriate spot to pass, regardless of what most of the league is doing. And then Marcus says EB needs to establish a run. Forbes should have had safety help with A.J. Brown, JDR, and then
JDR
Travis.
Gotta go. That's why I call them Ron and them. I want all of them. Get them a damn U-Haul and get them up out of there. All of them.
Oh, my gosh. And Travis got the cul-de-sac hair growth going on there.
That's a fact. But you know what's wild? So, like, my whole life, right? I always had a low fade. I never like grew my hair out. So I didn't even know I was bald at first. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always just kept it low. But I would get here's how I knew, Corey. Here's when I knew. It was like how I would get my hair. Think about like prime T.I. Like I would have bald sides and then a very little on the top.
What you know about that?
Right. So light skin too. It was like think T.I. Think T.I. So what happened when I would go to the barber and I'd be like, yo, bald on the side, keep a little on the top. I started noticing, wait a minute, there's nothing on the, wait a minute, what happened? So it was like, it was a slow burn, dog. It was a slow realization, but I came to it and then now it's just bald everywhere. We good.
Oh man. I told you, I was looking at some old pictures this week, and I said, God, my hairline has like went from right here to back here. And I said, dear God. And then I said, we got this baby on the way. And I said, I already said if he comes on Super Bowl Sunday, he's already grounded until he's 5. But I know my hair is gonna grow back even further because of that, bro. But let me get your final thoughts here on this game against the Patriots. Who wins this game? And then maybe if you're feeling a little kind or something like that, where could people invest, maybe a couple of nickels or something on Sunday?
Okay, let me go back for a second. First, because you gave me a lot to unpack here. I'd like to go back to the newborn situation.
Mind your business, Trev.
I actually need you to look something up for me while I'm telling this story. So my son was born August 17th in 2017. Okay? And he had to be like weeks old. And I ordered the McGregor Mayweather fight. So look that up for me. Bro, I had this young man watching that fight immediate. Like he was watching that fight early. Like he had to be a couple days old. And my wife,
August 26th.
There you go. So my wife, like, I forget where she went. She had something to do. She said, don't you keep that baby up to watch this damn fight. I said, oh, he'll be in bed. What kind of dad do you think I am? Like, I acted offended, right? She rolled out that house. That boy was up with me. You hear me, Corey? I mean, we drinking Mountain Dew. We eating chips. I ain't care nothing about what she was saying. He watched the whole fight with me. But anyway, all right, as far as wagering, this is what I would say as your sports betting advisor. Do not bet on this game.
Okay.
It's dumb. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be ugly. Both teams suck. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. You don't know which Sam Howell's going to show up. I can tell you which Mac Jones is going to show up, and it ain't good. I mean, just stay away. Like, don't. If you bet at all, bet the under, maybe, right? I mean, bet on it being crappy. This is going to be a dumbass game. Okay, so here's the deal. What I think's going to happen, I would actually give the advantage to New England because I think they're a little more consistent in the inconsistent. What I mean by that is, I just think Mac Jones, at least you know what you're getting. Sam Howell could show up and sling it all over the place and throw for 300 yards and they still lose. I mean, we just watched that with the guy. Or he could show up. Belichick's defense could stifle him. He could throw picks all over the place. You just don't know. Mac is going to be consistently average. He's not going to throw for a lot of touchdowns. He's probably going to throw a pick or two. It's just, I mean, this is about as vanilla of an offense as you're going to see in this league, brother. So New England's going to want to come out, establish a run with Stevenson and Zeke. They're going to try to be physical at the point of attack. Belichick's watching everything going on with Washington, just like we all are. You don't think he's going to try to impose his will and test the mettle of these players and see if these guys are not want to quit? I hate when people say, oh, the players are going to quit. These guys are pros.
They want to
don't
win.
Quit.
Right.
I had several former players tell me the same thing, so I know it's real. They said, we don't quit. It's the NFL. But what players will do, they become indifferent. What happens when players become indifferent is they're out for self. It's no longer about team. So now guys are looking at, if I get this many tackles, I get this bonus in my contract. If I get this many catches, I get this bonus in my contract. It becomes stat driven. It becomes about them. So the team suffers. So you could look at, and I see there, is it Bruce Glass saying Brian Robinson anytime touchdown?
Don't touch it.
Maybe no. Well, but I guess my point is you could look at individual players and maybe there's some betting opportunities there, right? If you're on that path. So maybe that's a betting market you could look into. But I guess my point is stay away from the team aspect. Stay away from sides. Stay away from totals, because if these guys maybe are indifferent, I mean, I saw a lot of noise on Twitter from players when Montez and Chase got traded. I mean, these guys are not happy with that. So, maybe there is some indifference. I say all that to say, I think New England has the edge because they don't have the noise. Everyone's mad at Belichick. Everyone's mad because they're so used to a certain standard around here, and it just hasn't happened since Brady's been gone. But no one's indifferent. No one's quitting on the team. So I just think there's too much noise with Washington right now. And Sam Howell's too young to lean on in terms of galvanizing guys. I would go advantage. The game's obviously here. I would go advantage New England, but I ain't even betting it. What's that tell you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, you gambleholic, and I know you have. Excuse me. You are our betting analyst. Sorry, I know the title of it. And Travis, you mentioned something about the noise and everything. And some noises you just can't block out,
right?
Because it comes. I mean, it might be the repo man or something like that, or they might be down there just trying to steal your thunder, and they think they're always right. Here's some noise for you.
L to the W.
Hail to the W. What's up, GOAT? What's going on, Chap? Man, it's all love, man. It's all love, baby.
Hey, Ron and them.
I'm sick of them, man. Get them up out of there, man.
Yeah.
Ron and them, man.
Ron is my man.
Ron is his trigger.
Yeah, man. I feel you, man. They gotta get up out of there, man. Ron and them gotta go, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Ain't no change since you left, man. You know what I mean? Same Sunday. Different years, same Sunday, man. Ain't nothing changed since you left, man. You know
That's a fact, man. Yep. That's a fact. But you know what? I like the new ownership. They're gonna run Ron and them out of there, and then just I don't even think. Hey, you know what, Paulie? I don't even think it's a rebuild. I think they're close enough where it's a reload. You do have some talent there. I just think you got to add some pieces. We'll see about Sam Howell, but I'm willing to give him more time too. I don't think it's a rebuild, but they got to reload a little bit.
Hey, I actually wanted to see him blow it all up. You know what I mean? I wanted him to get rid of everybody, man. Let's start over fresh.
He did. No lies.
I think you got some stuff there you could build around, man. But I don't know. Hey, I will ask you this. What you think about Bieniemy? Because I know me and you were beating the drum for him to get a head coaching job. What are your thoughts on him so far?
I think Bieniemy is just like Sam Howell, man. He's getting on-the-job training. Yeah. He look good. He do some good things, and he do some bad things. The problem is the bad things are very bad. You know what I mean? Right. Just like Howell, his bad things are very bad. So I like him, but look, right now he got too much Scott Turner in him. Shotgun. You know what I mean? But like I said, I could deal with him as long as he evolves.
Me too. Yeah. I completely agree. That's what I said earlier, is that I haven't seen his movie yet. I want to see him as an interim head coach so you could get Ron and them up out of there, and then we can see more of him and Sam Howell and evaluate it for the future and beyond.
Yeah. And Travis, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on here. I appreciate Paulie. We're going to do a quick this week. We're going to hop off here. Travis, tell the people.
Hold on real quick.
See, that's what I knew he was going to do.
Real quick. Hey, Trav, I begged this dude to let me come on to talk to you, bro. That's how much I miss you.
He did.
Hey, listen, did you take that refrigerator with you?
No. Hey, I left that thing down there, bro. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I trust that broke ass refrigerator more than Ron and them.
Trav took it up there with him. He took it up to his cottage in Newport or Cape Cod or wherever he at now, or Nantucket or whatever. But y'all, Trav, tell them where they can find you at throughout these socials and this interweb.
Hey, well, first of all, when I get that kind of paper, when I got a crib at Cape Cod and Nantucket, I will be having a DC block party, and all y'all will come up and party.
He's our
with
Dave
me
Chappelle
up north. Know that. Hey, man, first of all, I would say check me out on social media. That's the best place to follow me, to know when I'm on and where, because I'm all over the place. I'm every place, man. I'm telling you, I'm everywhere like air. But follow me at Travis Thomas Experience on Twitter and IG. And then you could catch me on NESN Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. and 5:30, like clockwork, giving out these bets. I host 2 betting shows there. And then I'm on weekends on WEEI 93.7 in the Boston area, various times. So follow me on social media. It's almost like I'm a rookie again in terms of radio. You know, when I started my radio career, I was doing weekends, and you kind of just show up when they call you and give you a shift. And then, as you guys know, how I met you two gentlemen and everybody else on the stream,
that's right,
was doing radio every day full time. And so now I'm like kind of like back to the basics, where it's like, yo, they call me, I'm in there. It could be a Saturday or Sunday, it could be morning or night. It doesn't matter. When they throw up that bat signal, I'm ready to go. So follow me on social media. I always post when I'm going to be on there. In fact, I mean, both of you guys have just, man, I want to thank y'all. I thanked you on Wax, but I want to thank you on this show too, man. Both of you guys have been so supportive of me in this market too, man. It's been unbelievable. I really appreciate that love to you guys.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah,
come on, man. You the big bro. What you talking about, man?
Yeah. It says the old guy down there. He said the big bro.
Yeah, but you know what?
Man, he's still a big bro, man.
That's really a compliment to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When an OG call you a big homie, that means a lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's love, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, 757. I'm gonna always get love there, man.
That's right.
I'm on 17 riding dirty.
Yeah. Man, I almost had a chance to ride with this dude. I almost did a ride along with him when I was down in 757. I got scared when I had to go translate for some people that I knew, though, because, it was just kind of that not their market. So, but yo, for Travis,
shout out Young Paul.
For Paulie, we out of here. Paulie, they got to get my damn theme music. Don't love, peace, and hell. We keep the same damn energy. We outlast the bastards together. And somebody, please get my damn theme music. We out.